I'm so glad you can join me today here in the live stream, here in the QBI Healers Substack. I love that you're here today in amongst the mayhem, in amongst the chaos on the planet right now. It's, here we are right on the 20th, 21st of March, where I am. It's the 21st. I'm on the east coast of Australia. And it's early morning here. And yeah, we're all feeling what's going on the planet. Are you doing okay? Because it really is a really hard time to be on the planet. The past few weeks have been the stuff of nightmares. We're watching this world, it's not erupt, but we're watching a ridiculous chaos. I think ridiculous covers it, really, as to cause and the ongoing ridiculousness of rubbish. Probably more that offends me about everything about what's happening on the planet is the deliberate misinformation being fed through the media that is different in pretty much every nation. I'm sure that actually goes back to when we're in lockdowns. And various governments sneakily, while everyone was locked up, passed bills to restrict information through the media in their countries, which was in the UK, it was here in Australia, it was in the US, of course. And it's interesting because I speak to patients, clients all over the world, all day, every day. It's interesting to hear the information that other countries have that we haven't got, or information that I have that other people haven't got over there, that, I think that's where these so-called governments that really aren't governing for us anymore, are they? But I think that's where they've made the mistake that people can communicate. But yeah, let's talk about where we are today, because today you get to rest. And in the short live stream that we're going to do today, we're going to do that. There are so many things I want to share on here with you, and I will. Today I really wanted to talk about the heart itself, but and what we do with it, what can happen in vibration, the communication, and we're going to do that probably next week. But I say that, but then we're having times like this. But today we're in a period where today marks the spring equinox. We're a little over it. It's the astrological new year. For those following that, and it's a reset. It's that fabulous balance where the planet resets herself to, where there is that very even light and dark. That's what the equinox always brings. It's a quiet shift, though. Today is a quiet shift for you in amongst the chaos, excuse me, in amongst the chaos and the mayhem around the planet that is still ongoing. This is where you can actually embrace calm again. And that's what we're going to do this morning. All right. So where we are right now with balance returning, which is what healing actually is. Okay. And imbalance is where healing is where you're in dis-ease, right? Balance is what the body seeks when it goes to heal itself, and balance is what the planet is seeking for herself at the moment too. It is the experience, but we are in this quiet shift now. We've had, even with astrology, a few days ago, Mercury went direct. And so with that, it was, whether you buy into the Mercury thing or not, look, there is a certain mayhem that occurs with. I actually like Mercury retrograde. It cleans up your life. It's kind of cool like that. But in terms of the delays, the blockages, the confusions, the miscommunications, there's no more second guessing every step now. You've always got to keep an eye out, but this is a moment where you can actually begin to move again. Conversations are going to clear up. Decisions will feel easier, which matters. And what felt stuck starts to feel open. Now, what I've witnessed in the treatment room this week, and in what's actually going on at the moment too with people across the planet, is there's been a profound clearing, a profound, an awareness where we have been made aware of things that we didn't even realize were in our way or that were stopping us. So there's been this sort of reveal that's been a little bit like really? I had no idea that was there. And in that, there's been the clearing of it. It's been shown to us as it's been taken out, and that's happened on so many levels for people this week. It's just, yeah, it is a profound time to be on the planet. Everyone's telling you that what's been going on is the reset, it's the recalibration, it's the pause before we can step into. Now, the good thing about the new moon that occurred a couple of days ago, it also is that it was that closure of that eclipse window and that magnification that comes with the eclipses. And so, well, really, I would call it more of an amplification. But that's also closed. So today we're looking for calm. We're looking for that rest in vibration. And the weird way that we're going to do that is by accelerating your vibration of the cells of the whole, okay? As you're in here right now, I'm already, if you come into my room, you enter a space where, where you enter a healing session, where you enter a higher vibratory state, where we start to move into that. Your intent is where everything lives. Intent is everything. And as sure as you've joined us in the live stream or joined us even in the recording, your vibration of the cells of the body recognize like-mindedness, if you like. The initiation occurs almost by osmosis. Just by intent, you've actually opened the door to reintroduce your body and reclaim your own ability to use vibratory communication through the cells of this body to heal yourself. What we're going to do today is something called, now, in about 30 minutes from now, I'm actually teaching a program and facilitating actual sessions in what we call the QBI Create. The QBI Create is, I hate calling it this. We've got to find a better way to describe this. It's manifestation that works, but we don't actually manifest because manifestation's not about affirmations and belief and singing cool songs to yourself. And you can get yourself there if you do enough of that because you do actually shift your vibratory state. But manifestation's not about that. If you want to shift your reality, it's a vibratory shift. So it's not about ceremony or process or affirmations. It's actually about vibratory state. And so in the QBI Create, the reason this works, whatever you want to bring into your life, how you want to change your reality, what you want to manifest into your life, right? You can do it in the immediate because quantum energetics doesn't live inside a timeline. It doesn't live inside what this planet and what we perceive to be time. And so, sorry about that. Just booted the whole thing. Anyway, I'm not going to go too much into that. We actually do a process that's actually, as you're a more advanced facilitator of quantum energetics, we teach a process called the Accelerate Create, which is like the fast version of how to actually kick it in. Once you actually understand how to do it, it's really easy. And that's just it. This program, I teach it so that you take it, you take the notes, you take that, and you can use it for whatever you want, whenever you want it for the rest of your life. Like, that's what it should be, right? Not this keep coming back to me stuff. No, get on with it. Go and do what you want. What we're going to do today in this live stream is what's called the Accelerate Vibrate, which I've had debates about. It sounded a bit dirty, but it's not. It's okay. The Accelerate Vibrate is actually something that's going to calm your system by accelerating the vibratory cell. Okay? So the Accelerate Vibrate is pretty cool. Now, this is not like any time you increase the vibration and increase the communication of the cells, it's a healing session for you. This is not, this is one that's just going to, in the moment, bring you back to clarity, bring you back to more cognitive awareness of where you are. So if you're stressed, you're tired, and that's what we are today, right? That's enough. We've had enough of what's going on in the world. We've had enough of everything that's happening, shortages and economies and, idiots claiming there's a war, all of that sort of stuff. And so let's actually start fresh and clear that out. So 2 ways we're going to do this. So the mini-med that we're doing today, that's purely from the physiologist and me to you, okay, is that physiological breath. That is extraordinarily powerful. Now, this is not my invention. It's not anyone's. I don't know anyone that actually did bring this in. Physiological breath, though, immediately has a profound effect on calming the system. The studies that have been done on the physiological breath show that it immediately drops cortisol levels, releases the tension on the adrenals. It actually stops the chemistry fight or flight in the system. It doesn't stop it, it reduces it. Okay, so it's not going to knock you out. But And so we're actually going to do this. So with your Accelerate Vibrate, now we actually do something that's a little bit closer to this that we call the Fountain of Youth little healing session. It's not quite this. The Accelerate Vibrate, we're going to use the physiological breath first. Now, your physiological breath, if you've not done it before, you take 2 sharp breaths in through the nostrils. So you go and you hold it. And then as you exhale, as you're breathing out, like a rolling pin coming from your belly button right up through your chest, you want to just breathe the whole thing out until you don't have a drop left in the lungs, right? Accelerate out. So it's... Now, if you're in public, you're in a meeting, you're at a dinner, wherever you are where you're feeling stressed, this thing is mightily powerful in keeping you disconnected from whatever's blowing up in the room and keeping you clear in your mind. Physiological breath is a powerful mini-med to keep you calm, to keep your system calm, and to keep you in a state that you can make clearer decisions, work with clearer intent, right? So I'm forever lecturing my kids about, okay, so when I'm teaching them to drive cars, you want to think of the car like a weapon. You get behind the wheel. You do not want to be under the influence of any sort of narcotic, drug, anything like that, or even a synthetic medication. You don't want alcohol included, okay? And you don't want to be out of control emotionally. Out of control emotionally behind the wheel turns that car into a weapon because you're not thinking clearly. And so this is how I teach my kids to drive cars, right? And so same deal with when you're in positions where you have to make right decisions, but you're under pressure, where you don't want things to blow up or to lose things permanently, whatever you have to do, that little physiological breath changes the game for you. All right, so that's your mini-med. 2 sharp intake through the nostrils, hold the breath, then breathe it right out. Get that crap out of your system. Take it out. All right. Do a couple of those, and that's automatically going to change the chemistry of the body. Let's change it into a quantum biogenic session, right? So here we go with the Accelerate Vibrate. Now, for those of you that are veteran facilitators, we used to call this dropping in. And you'll remember that because it's that wave of frequency that rolls through the body. You feel it roll down through the body like a wave, kicks out through the soles of the feet and through the palms of the hands, dropping in. But the name was actually a bit of an oxymoron because what we're actually doing is accelerating the vibratory cell. Dropping in suggests we're dropping it and it's going lower, right? So just that mental, messes with your intent. Okay, so the name changed to the Accelerate Vibrate alongside the Accelerate Create. And so with this one though, this is actually very simple, but the way that we get the frequency flow, so you heard me describe what it feels like, you're going to feel frequency kind of roll through you. So as we do this, do close your eyes. No one's looking at you. It's not a Zoom room. It's okay. So I'm just the only one looking ridiculous. What you want to do with this? All right, so what we're going to do, you're going to take that big deep breath in, right? Hold that breath for a minute, close your eyes, and as you exhale, physically smile. Okay, so you take that deep breath in, close your eyes, and as you exhale, physically smile. There you go. All right, so try that again. Take the deep breath in, use your physiological breath if you want to. So do the, hold it for a second, close your eyes, and as you exhale, physically smile. Now, as you get more practice with this, you don't have to be so with the smile, like you can actually, it's so forced. You can actually, the more you practice with it, the more you'll understand what that physical smile does. And just the intent of the physical smile, saying to yourself, and I smile, you'll still get that beautiful wave. Now, the more you practice that, the more you're going to feel that wave roll through the body. And even though it's rolling through as you would perceive it with gravity, it's actually lifting every single one of the trillions of cells that make up this body. They're vibrating higher and the system is cooling. It brings immediate calm. And it doesn't stop the minute you've stopped and you've exhaled and you're out of breath, right? As you do it, you can do it 3 times in a row. You'll find that you accelerate higher and higher in your vibration. That's not going to make you more tense. It's actually going to make you calmer. As the body's able to communicate more clearly, the toxic chemistry that's not appropriate will dissipate. And as such, the system will actually calm itself and you will feel remarkably better. Now, on this day where things are calmer, now, I say that we are in the midst of a solar storm. The sun's been throwing off flares for the last 48 hours. They're starting to hit the planet now too, because we needed that on top of everything else. But as we said, a lot is actually deliberately calming. This is the new year. This is this new start where the world will start clearing. We're going to see that. But for you, I want you to take care of you. The same deal with the old oxygen mask in the plane, right? You have to put the mask on yourself before you can help anyone else do it. Make sure that you have what you need so you can be there for others, if that's what you choose to be. But taking care of you is not a selfish act, not at all. We've actually accelerated our schedule because of what's going on with the planet, with the global economy. We're all being affected by this dramatically. Don't worry, everyone around the whole planet is. And with that, we've accelerated our program in learning how to actually heal with quantum energetics, how to use this amazing tool for yourself, for your family. Dates will be going up on that soon. I'll put them here on Substack as well. And you'll be able to, we actually vastly reduced it because we want to give these tools to people while systems are collapsing and healthcare is going to become even more scarce for everyone. You need to reclaim your ability to heal yourself at phenomenal levels. And you can. You were born with this. Okay? Look out for dates with that. I want you to try this one more time. So shake yourself out a little bit wherever you're sitting right now. We're going to do the Accelerate Vibrate, all right? So you can let's use the physiological breath. You ready? So we're going to go 2 breaths in. And hold it, eyes closed, and as you exhale, smile. I love that. That will rip. Yeah, I was born with this gift. It rips through me. It's bloody amazing. And the more you do it, the stronger it gets. The more you practice that tiny little healing process, you are using quantum energetics in your system. Your cells are going, well, I remember this. And because you were born with it, you are. I'm not special. I'm just here to show you. Okay. And yeah, let that drop through. Let yourself feel the relief and the cooling calm that comes from that. This is a tool I want you to use whenever you like for the rest of your life. Okay. Take care of yourself. And wherever I can, I'll take care of you too. All right. That's it for this week. I'm about to go and step into the program with everyone from all over the planet for the QBI Create. I will put updates, everything as promised. But accept the reset at the moment. Decisions are easier. Keep your intent, that single decision to do, keep that exactly where it needs to be. Okay, those decisions are clear. This is your green light. Take your action on what you've been holding back on. This is the time to jump on it. Move with intention and move with trust. You've got this. You have. All right, the new cycle has begun. Use that little Accelerate Vibrate to keep yourself cool, calm, and in control. I'll see you next week.